barnstormer of a game. France coming out here in first possession. Again, we have blue versus blue here. Seems to be the theme of this tournament. And yeah, you excited for this one, Kelsey?
I am for sure. It's started. Oh, we've got a great dive at the line straight away there, and lovely defense from the Cayman Island players there. France not leaving anything to chance. They want to win this for sure.
Yeah, and a handling error there from Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands in the baby blue. France in the Alele blue, classic darker French kit. And yeah, this is do or die situations as we get to the business end of the tournament.
These are the games that you really want to win as a team. Oh, and he's opened them up straight through the middle there.
And Alele blue, first blood for the French. Brilliant score from Clinet. And you're probably thinking France are favourites for this one, but the past performances don't matter at this stage. It's you got to turn up on the day, and a good change of direction there. Plants his foot.
Was working them short side nicely there, and yeah, as you say, that change of direction is really what opened them up. Good setup on the line there. Need to get a bit of go forward here before they can attack the line, using their link nicely there.
And it's great to see the Cayman Islands at this event. You know, quite a small nation. Just about a population of 100,000 compared to the 70 million or so in France. Quite a multicultural country as well, the Cayman Islands.
They're
now
going for a quickie setup there, but they're quite far out of that. Just seeming to have absorbed that last touch there. This is the first time we're going to see France box this match, and we'll get a good chance to see what kind of momentum they're able to work off. One of the Cayman Island players just getting a foot in the rock there. Ref said play on. This is giving them a great platform. Really getting an injection of speed there.
Yeah, nice tempo in the box playing. Now able to move it wide. And taking the touch. Good quick play. Diving for it now. Beautiful form. And it looks like it is a try. Puts on the Superman cape and goes flying towards the end zone. Talk us through this one, Kelsey.
Got a quickie there on that link, or cheapie as we like to call it here in Ireland. Took the number one Cayman defender short there, but she just didn't do enough to get her feet back on the line. Lovely body position from her, but just a little bit of a higher work rate needed when you've got a player with a lovely dive like that.
Cayman Islands looking to build their attack here, and it's been France playing at a slightly higher tempo, but opening up some legs here. Beautiful stuff from Henry. Now the inside pass, attacking that far wing again. Quite a heavy roll there, but play continues. Henry back with it again. You can see
gonna try go around
the
outside of the girls. Oh,
cuts back inside. Brilliant defense from France there. Maddie Dunman keeping her balance. Oh, and handling error.
Struggled to get the ball up there on that quickie. Interesting to see in this division, we've had so many of the quickies going kind of across, and not the traditional sense that like X setup quickie. Both teams, both the Cayman Islands and France, seem to be using that relatively effectively. The middles are getting spread there. Oh, we've got it.
And galloping through the field, amazing slalom cut. And looks like he found the gaps there, and it's going to be a try awarded for France. And next level of stuff again. Beautiful Larice Stinko.
Sees that link, that defensive link up there, and just does the most to get those feet round the outside. Wings in a difficult position, has to push in. Realizes that maybe a touch too late. Really, really good attack from France. Lovely platform here. Gone with the quickie again, looking for the playback.
A small collision to the head there, I think. Unintentional from the French player. Referee's just going to take a moment here to make sure he's all right. Glad to see Jaden Hulsey-Bailey back on his feet there. And they maintain possession, Cayman Islands.
There we go. They're getting the link involved. Oh no, they're just sending that ball wide.
And
Lovely French defense. Great position pushing up with that link there. The French boxing has been really good so far. Let's see if they can continue this momentum on. Seeing the single shooter and looking for that extra pop through the hands. Great intent with that run there. Well over the halfway by touch. 3 did well to hold that. We've got a lot, but it was quite far out. Let's see what they can do with this. That's 5. We've got number 6 taking off on the scoop. She's looking for the hands. The ball's going all the way out. And the ref has called a touch and pass.
It's unfortunate for France. Really impressed by that play.
It was
fantastic layout form, and I think really impressed with number 6 for France. Maddie Dunman has played great offense and defense.
lovely to see the girls getting some good opportunity at the strike there. It's not often that you see that in the mixed setup, and it's fabulous to see in this age category that we are utilising them as effectively as possible. We've got some good momentum here from the Caymans. They're looking for a fly, sending that ball on the outside there. They've managed to get it onto the link.
There's the
And
fifth
then
touch.
Attacked the other way.
That's the 6th touch there, so
Not a bad setup from them there. We just need a little bit more work to really finish that off. France working hard to go down the middle of the pitch for the first one and then working towards their box. They've great yards on this now. They really got a good opportunity to strike from here. The ball is really in their court now. Lovely platform. They're going with just that 2-person quickie setup. Lovely footwork there. And the ref looks like they're going to be awarding that for France.
yeah, France taking no prisoners here after a fantastic start. Looking really impressive here in the mixed 15s division. And this quarter-final matchup, so whoever wins progresses to the semi-finals.
France looking like they've started with some good momentum here. The Cayman Islanders are gonna have to do a bit to stay in this game, especially in this half. Lovely long ball out there, especially in this age division.
Yeah, great catch there as well from Cayman Islands, taking it down off the top shelf and keeping this one alive. As you see, Oscar Shakespeare getting involved for Cayman.
That's the 5th touch. They've got a lot to do here.
Nice overlap from Shakespeare. Nice step, looking for the continuation, but not on the same page.
Great to see that intensity and not giving up on that 5th touch there. It's lovely to see that. France going straight to the box. They're seeing the single shooter up and they're working around the outside there. That's lovely, getting some great momentum now. That half is in there in just a split second, and that's what's keeping that momentum going. Lovely footwork working to the outside shoulder. They've got a great platform here. Let's see what they do. Will we see a scoop from that 6 again? We will. She's going long. Lovely ball from her and great finish by the 5. I think that could be Callie Moratis on the wing there. And that was beautiful, beautiful work there by the girls. Doing everything to set up and finish that try. Lovely to see.
Nothing can stop this French side at the moment. Up 5-0, just 9 minutes gone on the clock. A tough start for the Cayman Islands. Looking to get on the scoreboard here now. Philippe Allard leading the charge for Cayman. She's attacking from the middle position.
Be lovely to see if they can get their links involved here. They've been very, very middle dominant here.
Oh, and again.
Fortunately, ball to ground there for them. They can do well to defend it here. Their intensity and defense is going to be what changes this game for them. France's boxing has been absolutely superb from these 15s. Both the girls and the lads have been running awfully hard.
Yeah, just such great timing with that touch, pick up, and next player on the shoulder. And you see when it's done well, you can get a lot of yards, get some fresh players in, and give yourself a good platform to build your attack. And
momentum is the most potent thing. If they can just keep those Cayman players rolling like they have been, I think that's what's set up an awful number of their tries. Good intensity from the Cayman players here, but a little bit of miscommunication quite far away from the box when they managed to get on. They were lucky to take that. The French were lucky to take the ball off them in that way.
Yeah, kind of unusual interception there.
Got a lovely static attack platform here. Ball's gone to the link. What will we see from there? Will we go cheapy on the link? No, they're just going to absorb a touch. Going to get some good field position moving to the middle of the pitch there. That's lovely. The sweep is good. They've set the sweeper. They haven't played the sweeper. They've gone long to the wing on that side. And lovely finish from that number 5 there. They've gone forward pass. Lovely setup, and great to see the wing finishing that, even in light of the forward.
Yeah, stretched like a slinky there, and Callie doing so well. That catch and layout all in one motion is a hard thing to execute, but it's called back for a forward pass. Better now from Cayman Islands, moving with a tent. They just need to get those pickups, the roll ball and momentum going. And there is again Oscar Shakespeare, likes to reverse the play. Confusion as to where the touch occurred.
Let's see what they can do. They're going to try and go around the outside of the girls here. Straightened up and then some footwork. France do seem to be driving them back there. Oh, they were lucky to not get a forward there. The ref's just going to turn it over for 6th touch. Oh.
And you know, the French attack's been great, but I think even the French defense has been even better.
Yeah, it totally has. France are just quite unplayable at this time.
Making a statement here in this mixed 15s division.
They've got that link up there. That link did well to hold the space, that defensive link from the Caymans there. 6 is going to take up again. We're going to see her on another scoop. She's going with the long ball. It's the same again. Looks good. Looks like they're going to give a try. As good, lovely finish there from the wing. Callie doing the most today to absolutely make sure she holds all of those and finishes them every single time.
Yeah, that 1-2 punch combination of Callie and Maddie Dunman. Really exceptional play from the 2 female players on this mixed 15 side. And yeah, France just so good throughout their squad. And you see on defense they'll really work together as a team, and if anyone misses a pass, there's someone there to cover. And you can see Cayman Islands frustrated at the moment, can't get those finishing moves together.
That's good defense from them there. And they're going to see the fruits of their labor.
I think Cayman going to be penalised there.
Yeah, looks like it. I'm definitely wrong with what I thought had happened there.
Yeah, nothing going Cayman Islands' way here, but you got to credit the French side. They've been so good again at this. The timing, the movement, perfect. And there's a gap, pins back the ears and tears off. Brilliant from the French side. Chloe Sauvager, I'm going to try.
I'm going to be no help to you on that there. We'll stick with Chloe's first name so that we don't offend her with mispronunciation of the surname. Absolutely lovely footwork from her there, going around the outside and beating the 2 lads with a great finish.
Yeah, fair play to Chloe, and increased lead, 7-zip right now, and it's going to be a tough day of the office for Cayman Islands, you feel. This is where they kind of lack a little creativity at times, Cayman Islands. A bit of confusion on what the plan is when they get to the 7-meter line.
And also some difficulty getting there at the minute. I think there's quite an emphasis on just that middle kind of play. It'd be lovely to see them incorporate or use some of their other players a little bit more. I think that might give them the odds that they are looking for. It's hard going just using the middles just physically for them too. I mean, that does definitely take it out of them, and then they've got loads to do against this French attack.
Yeah, France putting on an exhibition for us here, and in terms of boxing, keeping momentum up the field. And kind of can relax a bit into this game and kind of suckering out the Cayman defense now, being aggressive. It was a good inside shot.
Try's going to be good.
Try's going to be good.
Lovely to see that ball going on the inside there. Great head and eye position. You can see quite some attitude there from that number 7, saying to the defender, come up, come to me. Lovely line from the 9. Great finish there, diving on the outside of that player. I think the Cayman Lynx are going to have to get a little bit tighter in defensively if they want to stop those kind of things from happening. But France have been quite varied in their attack style too, so it's difficult for them.
Yeah, France dominant performance here, and have been very competitive in these youth divisions. Completely mixed. They play some great mixed touch, has to be said. Ever played against France yourself in
No, not in a mixed division anyways.
Heavy touch there.
I do think that they've got a great mixed campaign, and that kind of filters up through the different age categories too. They seem to put quite a bit of emphasis on the mixed, and they really let the players enjoy it from a young age, and that drives that kind of vision for mixed and passion to stay with mixed.
And here Cayman go again, have the full field to work now, and just lacking that intensity and tempo at times.
I think this is a difficult headspace to be in, to be fair. When you're 8-0 down, it is I think a priority for them at this stage is just getting on the scoreboard, getting some creativity into the play. They've got the pace, they've got the players with the legs. They just need a bit of go forward, a bit of structure, use the 6, get the ball through the hands, get a dummy half in there. That's lovely. That's 5th and last though for them. They won't have too much to do. They're going to have to try spread it wide here if that's what they want. France is pushing up, driving them back over the halfway, and that's 6 up.
Yeah, great defense again from France, recognizing as the 5th touch and kind of be more aggressive, coming to the line and do so together as a team. Just a well-oiled machine, this French side. Now spreading it wide.
Working around the outside of that link there, just looking for the extra hands. Well, unlucky not to get that, although I do think that the Cayman wing had that covered there. She was in a lovely position herself, taking it up to the 7, looking for the roll. Bit of confusion about whether she has or hasn't rolled. There's no half in there. That's what they're struggling with.
And doing their best here to box and just in 6s and 7s at the moment.
They're going to have to work hard to get those players on, send them wide round, otherwise that ball's just going to go straight through the hands. Great touch there by Cayman. Lovely cover defense.
France maintain possession though, and
trying to work both the middles there, trying to get both of them up. They're sending the one high mid. There we go. We've got both middles engaged now. And we've gone quickie set up, pick up wrong way, looking for a switch and a ball out onto the outside there. Great defensive positioning by that Cayman wing there.
Good hands from Cleo Colombero for France just to keep that alive. You feel like France kind of happy to work the clock here.
Lovely sweeper set up, but good defense from the Cayman team.
I think that situation, France is happy to use the 6 possessions, run the clock. 1 minute away from half here. They've put on a dominant performance. Cayman, they'd love to get a score on the board before halftime.
I think that would do a great deal for their just general team morale going into the second half there. It's not easy when you've had a hot long day of touch, and this is the kind of game that you come into. If I'm not mistaken also, this French, the mixed 15s are undefeated thus far in this tournament, so it's difficult to come up against a team like that. You can see getting physical there, Cayman, just trying to stand the players up in the touch, and that's the kind of technical thing that they need to be doing at this stage.
And there goes the halftime hooter, and it couldn't come sooner for Cayman Islands. It's France who've been dominating this matchup. They've been owning it on offense and defense. We're going to take a quick break for halftime, folks. France up 8-0 on the Cayman Islands. Welcome back to the Atlantic Youth Touch Cup 2025. We're here in the mixed 15s quarter-final. France coming out on top here in the first half. Cayman Islands yet to get on the board. Liam Grant alongside Kelsey McGrath. And what impressed you in that first half, Kelsey?
It was really lovely to see just Cayman Islands' grit, like trying to stay in there, trying to get physical with defence, like really pushing up hard off the line. They're going to need a bit more of that in the second half because France is just like a steam train coming through there. Their boxing is slick, it's efficient, it's everything you want to be able to see when you look at a boxing pattern. They're using all their players, their half is there in time. So they are just kind of going through the motions. They're nice and fluid. And it's difficult for Cayman to defend that. I mean, it's why they've achieved the results thus far that they have. So hopefully we see a bit more physicality, a bit more line speed from Cayman in the second, and France gets stood up a little bit, gets challenged a bit more.
Yeah, I think they've been the best boxing team I've seen so far in the tournament, perhaps. This France mixed 15 side just do it so efficiently and just keeps the pressure on Cayman, and France starting off with possession, a chance to pick things up where they left it off. Going for that quickie now, and touch is claimed. Hand raised by
Sidelines giving
O'Mara.
the touch. Lovely touch there. I see the French trying to work with that female-male mismatch there. Not getting the better of the Cayman girls this time.
Yeah,
lovely touch.
O'Mara standing tall and making the touch.
There we go, getting some lovely speed in that boxing. Be great to use that wing a bit more with that. That will get them the go forward that I think that they are looking for. Fifth is coming now. They're going to have a lot to do. There we go, getting going in the right direction. Oh, tricky with that touch, no touch. Got to really work hard to make those touches your own. Difficult when you've already gone round the outside of a player, when you've beat a player and they get you from behind like that.
Yeah, that's why you see so many players touching on their own terms, putting out the hand just to make it obvious and easier to...
Yeah, and this is the exact age category where you start to see kind of the benefits of that, where you think about those technical things and you start to work that into your gameplay as a player. You need those kind of technical aspects to your game.
And again, France just march up the field with perfect timing.
Lovely hook. Oh, the six is such a playmaker. She's given the dummy and she's going to get a lovely finish there. Lovely setup for the hook on the link over there. She picks up and she goes wrong way and then she gives the dummy. Fabulous game for this young lady.
Yeah, Maddie Dunman changes the angle of attack. The sweep play was going the other way, but switches. Nice dummy pass and takes the right option. Brilliant teamwork. Implying the finishing touches is Tano. And yeah, you wonder if Cayman Islands are going to be able to get on the score sheet here. And France is so dominant. And look, Cayman Islands will have other games coming up in the tournament. This is a good opportunity for them to go up against the best, improve, to test themselves. And if you can't win, at least learn and improve.
Yeah, that's the thing, Liam. Like, it's not one game that is the be all and end all, to be honest. It's these tough games like this where you learn a little bit more about yourself as a player, as a team, what works well, spreading that ball wide, getting some practice and getting the ball through the hands, getting some momentum with the drives, just getting that go forward. France's lovely momentum here. That wing is doing well to hold her position there. She did a beautiful job of shutting down that link and the wing. We've got the 14 from Cayman covering that wing nicely after her great effort there. France are in a great attacking position again. Good bit of physicality from the Cayman 7. And that is really working in their favour there. That's what they need to give them the edge that they are looking for at this stage of the game.
Yeah, not afraid to get physical here, Cayman Islands. But just such a contrast in the roll balls, the pick up, the quick transition from France. They look to spread it wide here. They got players over. Can the cover defense get there? Brilliant cover from Jaden Hulse-Bailey for Cayman Islands. Had to get across. Burst out of the line there as well. But France staying patient.
We've Got a bit of a disconnect from the middles here. Made the touch in the wrong middle, but that's given them the platform that they need to attack. Long balls on. And again, a beautiful, beautiful finish from the number 5, Callie from France there.
Yeah.
I think that could even be a hat-trick for her in this game already.
Yeah, magnificent play from France. And again, this beautiful cross-field pass. And again, brilliant technique from France. So good at the wings. You kind of catch it as you're diving towards the ground, all in one motion, and just...
That's what you see from a specialist winger. And I always say the wingers are such an integral part. So lovely to see such a clinical performance from a winger. That collection and that finishing of the ball, so precise every single time. It's really what's given France the edge here. It makes those middles so much more threatening because they've got the pass out to her, and Cayman knows that she's a great finisher.
Good opportunity here now for Cayman to get on the board. That a high pass though. And again, France wastes no time, keeping the tempo high.
Lovely first strike up the middle of the pitch there. They've got that rapper coming out the back. Lovely defense from the Cayman wing there. And that second and third touch, they're struggling to defend that, Cayman. We've got a bit of a pace mismatch here.
Yeah, burst of pace there from number 10, Louise Stinko. Has had a fantastic game for France.
They've got the numbers.
And using that full extension to punch it in.
I don't know if the girls realised where they were on the pitch there. The Cayman wing and link just continued to retreat there. Had lovely shape, but just pushed a little bit too far back behind the line, and that gave that French player that opportunity to dive at the line. Great awareness from him, seeing that those girls were just retreating behind the line there, knowing that that was his for the taking.
So Cayman Islands go at it again. I'm sure if even for neutral fans at this point would love to see Cayman Islands get a score on the board, but you gotta
Totally
appreciate the skill and finesse of this French side.
And as you said, I think rightly so, it's not only their attack. I think they did such good work there. They did so well to get around the outside, but that's when we need to see the ball going through the hands there, those girls punching those holes. And I think that's in time what will come for them. It's great to see them at this tournament, participating at this level, and it's great for them to even get this video footage of themselves playing afterwards, grab a couple of work-ons and keep working, keep moving forward.
Knocking on the doorstep now, Cayman Islands. This is a great opportunity to get one against France.
Lovely quickie set up there. Going really wide with that dive. I think the ref's giving them another offside penalty.
I believe so, and I feel like they need to capitalize here, but the blue wall comes pushing out for France. Better now. And no offside this time. They look a little lost for ideas here.
Yeah, I think
Cayman.
Getting to the middle of the pitch would be a priority for them now. They're going short side again. Oh, they've gone open side there. It was actually a lovely takeoff, a lovely reverse of play there, attacking that open side, but just didn't get the support that we were looking for from the wing and the link there. But it was a lovely, lovely setup, and lovely to see them going the other way like that. A bit of a sequence play from them there.
And that's the 5th touch, so have to do something.
We'll need a lot there.
It's disappointing, I think, for Cayman Islands. You know, getting a fresh 6 and on the line. Aren't able to capitalize, but credit to the French defense.
And lovely example of defense from Cayman there. Great push up on the first one, but I think some of the problem is, and this is exactly what we're seeing here, is that dissociation between the touches. Like from the first touch, very strong wave every second or third wave or so, but that the consecutive waves defense is what we really need to be working on, and France have really capitalized on that. We're going to see another scoop from the 6 there. She's gone short and open, and the link was looking for a switch just a second too late on the communication front there. Just finding the mark, taking it up to the 7 there so that they can roll that. And you can see straight away that pressure from the French defence. Lovely work from Cayman working around the outside, but unfortunately moving away from the box. French are pressuring them up through the middle here, so they're having to go down the French box side, which is giving them less opportunity to get fresh legs on, which may be what they need at this stage.
Yeah, France kind of trapping them on this near sideline, and eventually now I think going to get the opportunity to box, but already a couple of touches against them. So long way to go in this possession.
I think that's fifth for them there. Not much that they can do with that. Wasn't great control in the roll ball. And the refs let them play on. The French too has pushed up. And lovely defense. They've given France a lovely opportunity here. They started with a great field possession there on the halfway. Link looking for extra numbers, looking for that check pass before he boxes off. Lovely straightened by the 9 there. France have all the options, and we've seen quite a few options. We've got a sweeper going now. The ball's going to the sweeper. Will they go long? Looks to step back inside, and he gets it. The ref is going to give it lovely footwork there. Lovely step back from that sweeper player.
Yeah, Laurice Stinko. Great sweeper play, and then changes direction exceptionally well. We see it. Beautiful timing, as is the case for France, and then just slams on the brakes and able to get the sidestep against Cayman. And
Cayman's working hard to get the shot in there, and the players in there just a fraction of a second too late.
But here they go again, Cayman Islands. And Kelsey, what's been some of the highlights of the weekend so far for you on and off the field?
I have watched some of the Irish mixed 20s who've been absolutely ferocious. So it's been so lovely just to get a good opportunity to watch some lovely touch, and I would be a big fan of the mixed setup myself, despite having never played in it. So it's always lovely to see some good quality mixed touch. And for yourself, Liam?
Besides from the pizza I've just been handed, yeah, I really enjoyed actually watching the Ireland mixed 20s beat England. I think as an Irish person, we also always enjoy that, I have to say. But yeah, it's been fun.
I'm not sure whether you saw that interview with Shane Lowry after the Irish Open there, and he was just making an Irish person's views on the English quite known. It's very, I would advise viewer discretion if you do go and view that afterwards, but he's very open and honest about his feelings, so if you're confused where this conversation is going on, I would advise watching that with discretion.
Don't know if there's the same rivalry between France and Cayman Islands in the Battle of the Blues here.
I would think not. I would think not, although you know the French are a very, very passionate nation. They love to compete, they love to win, and they've done that exquisitely today. Having a crack at the line every single time, taking each one of their opportunities, and doing their best to almost get every single one of their players onto the scoreboard today.
Yeah, and working the crowd there. Gaspard, Constant, Olivier. Enjoying themselves out there, even though the game is pretty much done and dusted at this stage. Still happy to enjoy the scenes here in Limerick. Yeah, fantastic facilities, brilliant playing surface. Shout out to the ground staff here at the University of Limerick. Put a lot of effort to ensure that the pitches are primed for touch. We've had a lot of different world championships here. We've had tag rugby, we've had lacrosse, we've had ultimate frisbee. You can think of Quidditch as well.
My goodness.
Archery. That's
This
all
is
in the last 3 years, I'd say.
My goodness. They really can do it all here down in UL. Funny to hear something like Quidditch coming up. I mean, ultimate frisbee is an obscure enough one, but I think, I don't know, is it as popular here in the Southern Hemisphere? It seems to be awfully popular, but we love these kind of like funny games.
Yeah, that's where I come from, an ultimate frisbee background. That's what we play here, but Quidditch is definitely the most niche, I think. They call it quad ball, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they don't like J.K. Rowling anymore, apparently, for her views on certain things. But call it quad ball. It's very, very unusual. A person dresses up as a snitch. Definitely, if you're into niche sports, which, let's be honest, you're playing touch rugby, you probably have a small appreciation for the obscure sports.
Yeah, I would say so. Very funny to think of somebody being dressed up as a snitch.
I was the snitch once. I hate to admit that.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, they
And
used to train after us in college in Galway, and they were looking for someone to dress up as a snitch, often in like a yellow morph suit or just a high vis vest.
Wow. I don't know if I would be that interested in being the snitch myself.
I think
You're
it'd
not
be
really
a great
selling
snitch,
it to
Kelsey.
me.
I think it'd be a great snitch.
Oh goodness. I wonder if snitches are in they're in short supply, or I wonder if people are really kind of vying for that role.
People like lean into it and kind of like work the crowd, and you can go anywhere, you can leave the field.
Wow. Maybe it's starting to sound more appealing. Maybe that's when I leave touch eventually. Maybe that's where I'm going.
Yeah, we're seeing some unusual up-and-coming sports. Touch, definitely one of them in Ireland. I think paddle, another one. Just 8 new paddle courts here in Limerick, just down the road.
Yeah, and I don't know, have you heard about the ones in Galway? We've just had a couple open up in Galway as of the last week, and now seem to be plugging them.
And paddle mix is very popular as well. I think that's where you're seeing a lot of rise in kind of mixed sports for the social aspects, the culture, the fun.
Yeah, and lovely to see kind of that equivalence of like male and female athletes. I know there's always so much that gets said about that, and there was a lot of chat around that at the Olympics last year with the female representation percentages and that kind of thing. So it's lovely to have games where both women and men can kind of compete on the same terms. I know one of the parents was chatting to me about that earlier today. I happened to bump into them, and they were saying for their younger child, it's so lovely to be able to participate in an intensive sport with, dare I say it, a relatively low injury risk, or non-contact sport, if we can even say such things. So it's brilliant to see that. We actually saw some lovely line attack there from Cayman. It's the first time that we've seen both links be utilized. They went for that 32 long platform, intentionally or unintentionally, but it didn't necessarily come off as they wanted. But it'd be great to see some more of that kind of attack play from them, utilizing a couple more of the players in their team, exactly as France do.
And loose ball there.
I think they were unlucky to get that as a knock. I don't know whether that 10, I don't know what the 10's intention with that pass was. I think it did hit her kind of in the midriff anyway, so it's got to be a knock as per the referees.
Yeah, it's the referee's interpretation. Not sure what the Cayman Island player could have done different there. It was kind of in the lane.
Yeah, it was tricky, and she actually did so well to get her body position in there, so she was just unlucky with the way that came off. Oh, they've got 3 goals together here. They're going to have to work hard, those 3. And unfortunately, oh, they've called ball down.
It's Isaac Gibbs who gets another try for France. And you talk about the Olympics there. I think if touch was to ever make it Olympics, it would be in the mixed division. Highly likely. There's a big push in the Olympic movement for more mixed sports. We've seen the mixed relay come in.
Well, I heard some very exciting news unofficially from the Australian contingent last year at the World Cup, where they said there's going to be a big push for Australia to suggest it or propose it as a feature sport when they're hosting the Olympics. I think it could be 2032 that they're suggesting
2032 in Brisbane. Yeah, and the host nation has an impact in deciding the additional sports. You see in USA picking flag football, lacrosse. Yeah. Often the host nation picks ones they're going to win gold medals in.
Of course. It would be a wise decision for Australia to pick touch. So, but it's one of those things. Oh, lovely line attack option from Cayman there. They're really starting to get a bit of momentum towards the line here, which is actually lovely to see. They're kind of warming up into the game. And I'd love to see them just get a score on the board before the end here. I think it would be great for their team morale. They've really not given up. They've worked really hard, and they've worked against a really kind of well-drilled, very slick, efficient French team.
Yeah, and they'd love to just get one, and
we're going to see another scoop here for sure. Too
what
easy.
Sensational play. She's been so good. One of the standouts of the tournament. Number 6 for France, Maddie Dunman.
She has been exceptional. I've not seen any of her other games, but in this game for sure, she's a player to watch. At an under 15 level, playing to that kind of standard, reading the play that's in front of her. You can just see her looking up, directing the players where to go, and then she's always taking them short. She's either beating them on the short side every time, whether it's a girl or a boy that she's up against, or she's snapping back, going on the open side, getting through that way, or looking for the pass off there. She's really been a standout in this match. Cayman working hard to get up to the line here again. They're only coming into their 4th touch now, and they've got a good field position. So let's see what they can do with this. Hopefully they can get a good setup.
Yeah, just over a minute left on the clock, and maybe just one last push to try and get over the line.
They're looking for a scoop again, but they're not going with the intensity that they need if they are going to run a scoop play. Not a bad setup, but just with that scoop, you have to go as if you're going to score.
And just a victory lap now for France. Good dummy run, and
this 14's giving a good chase. Lovely touch, lovely cover touch. Hopefully the rest of the team catches up there and can hold out just one more try from France here. France has managed to get some new players on the pitch there. They've got the two middles just working together. Quickie kind of set up. Unfortunately, defensive body position wasn't as good as what needed to be. The ref's giving the touch.
But France can just work the clock here in no rush. Looking to put the icing on the cake, and you can see the scoop, and can he get the pass off? I think that's going to be awarded a try, and they're going to make it 17-0. Tough day at the office for Cayman Islands.
Yeah, and it's made more difficult by the fact that in the last 2 times they've defended the line, 3 of their ladies have been together. It's just so difficult with such a fast, agile side to defend against the lads like that. So they've done their best, and they've really given it their all. You can see even to that last chase at the end of the game there, Cayman has given it everything, but France were just too good today, unfortunately.
And it'll be bagels for dinner for Cayman Islands. Fantastic performance from France. For Kelsey McGrath, I've been Liam Grant, who will catch you next time, folks. Coming up next, France versus Ukraine in the boys 18s quarterfinal. Can we get the comms off field 1 here?